all these things are so misunderstood and so badly taught, they can absolutely destroy your golf swing. If you're a beginner or you haven't heard anything like this, then you really need to watch this video, because sooner or later you're going to come across it, or someone's going to tell you to do it. I mean, just hop on YouTube and have a look at all the morons out there teaching you to do this. You know, in an effort to generate speed and do what they think they see in good players' golf swings. This is a move that everyone's chasing, and it puts so much timing in your golf swing. It puts so many bad angles in there. It holds your body back. It's basically just like buggy whipping and whiplashing. You're dropping them in there and slapping your hands at it, because it destroys all the way that your body should work together and get all the angles out of it to be consistent. So that's what we're going to talk about. I did it for hour upon hour upon hour, and I didn't even question it, you know. And if I stopped for a minute to think about what I was actually trying to do, then I would never have done it. And most days I didn't know whether it was going 60 yards right or snap hooking 60 yards left with what felt like the same swing. There's no wonder one day I'd wake up and shoot 68 and the next day shoot 85. Pull on the handle, set the wrist, pull on the handle, drop it into that slot and wait till down there, and then fling your hips around and fire at it with your hands. It was only when I met my coach, he said to me, "What end are you trying to hit it with? Are you trying to hit it with the black end, or are you trying to hit it with the silver end?" He said, "The top of your backswing is your delivery position, not down there by your knees." He said, "Why are you going to wait till down by your knees?" I didn't have an answer for him. So if you drive the club as hard as you can from the top and act like that's your delivery position, and you fire your whole right sides and unwind correctly through the ball, you're going to have all the lag you need. That frame will look how it needs to look. This is the classic picture right here, isn't it? Ooh, look at all that lag. Look at him hold on to that angle. All that leverage. This picture is a very, very tiny fraction of a moment in time. Okay? Here's a picture of an airplane. Can you tell me where that airplane's going? Is it going to drop out of the sky? Is it flying right to left? There is no way for you to tell from that picture where it's going. And this is the same as that moment in time, that frame of that golf swing. And that really is the problem with pictures. The pictures don't tell you what's gone before, the dynamics of the motion, the winding and the unwinding, and all the different forces and momentum that's going on. And what's important after this frame is what happens on all the frames after it. You know, because what you do here might not show up until through the golf ball or after the golf ball. Let's step away from the golf swing for a second so you can kind of think about it logically. If you were going to grab a stick, a big piece of 2x4, and beat the heck out of me with it, you get one shot and then if you don't knock me over, I'm going to get one. Would you pull the end of that thing towards me, hold onto the angle, maintain the angle in the back of your right wrist, wait till about 2 feet away from me, and then slap at me with your hands and your wrists? Or would you wind back into your leg and explode with everything in your body and your arms and drive that piece of wood right from the top as hard as you could? What about throwing a ball? You guys ever thrown a ball? Would you wind back into your leg, pull your right elbow forward, keep your right wrist held back, wait until that just before moment of delivery or whatever that is, and then fling it from there? No, you wouldn't, would you? There's no way. I mean, if a pitcher, Major League Baseball pitcher, tried to do that, and you see those still frame pictures with their elbows way forward, you know, and the wrist is held back, and it looks like their arm's going to break. If they tried to do that, their arm would break off. Do you honestly think those guys are thinking about any of that stuff? Holding on to their wrist angle and... But they wind back and drive their body forward, and that's what that moment in time looks like, with all the pressures and the forces that are going on. But they're just taking that ball right from back there and throwing it right through with their whole body and arm and everything towards where they want it to go. What about hammering in a nail? You know, when you're hammering in a nail, you're working from your elbow, your wrist responding. You know, as your right arm hinges, your wrist responds and sets or whatever. But you would never pull the handle of the hammer at the nail and wait till right before you hit it and then bash it with a head. But watch how at some moment in time that's what it looks like. But that's to do with the forces of going up and then down, and then the change of directions happens in a brief fraction of time, and to do with all the momentum and the weight of that thing as it's going up, and then the change of directions. It looks like the handle of the hammer, or the golf club in this case, is getting pulled down towards the nail, but it's not. The next couple of clicks, that head is driving down towards the nail, and the handle actually comes backwards to where it started. It's the same if you're swinging an axe, hitting something with a tennis racket. It's all the same. Look at baseball. You got to get the bat back to the ball. Right from that backswing, you got to straighten out your arms and drive the whole bat back to the ball. If you drop it in there, the head of the bat's way back there, and the grip end leads the head of the bat. You know, too late. You never got the bat back to the ball. And the shaft of the golf club is like the bat.
Here we are again. Take it back, gather my energy. Oh! And grunt at the end of your swing. Here we go again. Oh!
From up here, you got to get the bat back to the ball. Forget the face angle and all of that stuff. That's just a lump of metal on the end of a stick. If you try and create that spot, your body will stop. The club is getting pulled towards the ball. The head is no longer firing and driving. Your hips are going to slide, and your center is going to be held back, and you're going to be blocked through the ball. Your left arm is going to slide across your chest, so your left elbow is pointing out towards the target at that point. So everything's changed. All the angles you should have had it set up have all changed. And that's where all the timing comes into it, and where all the bad angles are. Yeah, you know, you may well drop it into the slot and have all this great lag, but you know what? You're going to hit it sideways. And none of these guys I mean, to me it looks like Jack's absolutely crashing the club towards the ball and through towards the target. He's winding up and absolutely thrashing his everything through it. And you mean to tell me he's trying to drop the handle into the slot and hold on to the angle and wait and... Yeah, whatever. My goodness. Even he talked about firing the club head back to the ball as soon as he could. He's one of the best players that ever played the game. So why don't we listen to him? Look like this. If you want to buggy whip it, you know, drop it into that slot and thrash at it, then that's fine, you know, whatever floats your boat. But if you want to hit the ball straight and play consistent golf and have your body involved and get all the angles out of there, you can't do this. If you bump or slide your hips to the ball, the handle's going to drag at the ball. If you drag the handle of the club at the golf ball and pull that handle in there, then your hips are going to slide. The two absolutely go together. I don't think I've ever seen anyone slide at the golf ball and fire it down this way correctly on the way down. So it becomes slide, drop it into the slot, wait, body stops, slap at it with your hands, and then your body continues in an effort to get through to the finish. But it has, the body rotation, everything has had very little impact or very little support to the arms at that moment. Enough said about that. I think unless you guys have got any more questions about it, why it's a bad idea. You know, the right thing to do is fire the club right from the top and drive your whole body forward through it, and you'll have all the lag you need. But the next few frames during your swing are going to be where they need to be. Just look at things like the club and center drill, split hands drill, and you'll see the difference. I think I'm going to go throw up now.